Welcome back, guys. On this video, we're going to take a look at the difference between the real numbers and the non-real numbers. What is the difference between these two things? The real numbers are all the numbers that are on the number line, So the number line is something like this, whereby we have 0, the negative 1, 1, and 2, and up until that kind of infinity there. So all the numbers that are on the number line, all those kinds of numbers, the negative, the square root, the fractions, all those kinds of numbers that are on the number line are called the real numbers. What about the non-real numbers? The non-real, this is going to be very easy. A non-real is all the numbers that give you undefined or an error when you punch them on the calculator. So the non-real numbers are all the numbers that give you the undefined or error when you punch them on the calculator. Take out your calculator there on wherever you are. Just try to punch the number, for example, the number like the square root of 9. Negative square root, it will give you undefined. Unfortunately, here I don't have a calculator, but you can take out the calculator there, try to punch this kind of number in a calculator, it will give you undefined. So all these kinds of numbers that when you punch them on a calculator, it gives you undefined. Those are the non-real numbers, So I was supposed to end this video here, but I know some of you didn't yet grab what I'm talking about. So now let's just do some few examples so that you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. So here are the examples. You can try to pause this video based on how I explain the difference between the real and the non-real numbers, So this one, pause it and try to write it by yourself. They say determine whether the following numbers are real or the non-real numbers. We say that the real numbers are all the numbers on the number lines, negative and the positive in all the fractions, And then the non-real are all the numbers that when we use the calculator, we find it undefined, So the first one is the square root of 25. So the square root of 25, if you punch in your calculator there at home, you will find that this one will give you what? Will give you 5 as an answer, So is this real or non-real? Obviously, this one is going to be a real number, Perfect. So the square root of 9, unfortunately, I show an example of this. This is going to be non-real. So this is going to be non-real. Why? It's because if you use your calculator and punch this number in your calculator, you're going to get undefined or error using your calculator. That's are the non-real numbers, So what about this letter C here? Is it a real or non-real number? A lot of people make a mistake when it comes to numbers like this. You have to be very, very careful. Check in your calculator if this gives you a real or non-real number. So if I punch this on a calculator, we're going to get what? You're going to get negative 27. Use that one in your calculator. You're going to get negative 20. You're going to get negative 3. Yes, are going to get negative 3. And negative 3 is what? Is a real number. So this is going to be a real number. Don't be confused with this negative. Here there is a cube. There was a square. So it's not all those kinds of numbers that have negative that are non-real. It depends that if you punch it on a calculator, does it give you undefined on the non-real? So going to letter D, which is this one, these are the decimals. This one obviously is going to be the real one. Why? Is because it's the number that you can be. That's not an undefined number. So going to letter E, obviously also this one's going to be real. This is an easy one because it does not give us undefined. So what about this one? If you use your calculator, take your calculator there at home, try to put this one in your calculator and then try to see what you're going to get. You're going to get undefined on this one. So this one is non-real a number, So I hope this video helps you to see the difference between the real and the non-real numbers.